Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. And we're out here today in Troutdale, Oregon, just outside of Portland, Oregon, playing the West 20 little pitch and putt course at McMenamins Edgefield, the pub course at McMenamins Edgefield, as it were. Anyway, there's two courses out here. And the other one is just a 9-hole little pitch and putt course called the East course, the East 9 there. So, but we're playing the long one, the West 20. So that's indeed 20 holes. Stretching out to 1,263 yards for all 20 holes there. So yeah, pretty short. Not a single hole beyond 100 yards. So I edited this up and I said to myself, okay, well, all of these clips are too short, really, for me to put music behind them all, and really to narrate the holes really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's a couple of holes where maybe it's a little bit tricky and there's some local knowledge that I can impart onto you, but not a whole lot, honestly. So I said, okay, well, what am I going to do here for the sound here? Because the native audio is just full of airplanes flying overhead and whatnot, so it's actually not that great, and it would be kind of annoying for you guys, I feel. So I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to chat for this course here while you guys watch the play for this beautiful little par 3 course here. Little tiny pitch and putt. Most people could play this course with probably 3 clubs in their bag. That would be my guess, maybe 4. But yeah, pretty chill. So, I mean, sometimes though, you just want to get out there and have a relaxing day, not really having to hit long bombs and just work on your short game or just relax. And Edgefield, McMenamins there, I always say that backwards, McMenamins Edgefield. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff there. They've got their own brewery. They've got some vineyards out there. I don't know if they make their own wine. I think they might actually do that too. They do concerts, all kinds of stuff. And then the the main sort of lobby house, if you will, it's got all kinds of stuff to do. Several restaurants. Just it's kind of like adult Disneyland, really. But yeah, it's just a cool place to hang out if you're ever in the Troutdale area. That's for sure. So, I mean, I kind of wonder what Tom Morris was thinking when he came up with this game, right? Just some fireside chat action here today. Sometimes I wonder that, like, what exactly was going through his head? Like, okay, we all know what the first course looked like, the old course at St. Andrews there. So obviously he wanted to watch a bull kind of get out there, and this type of course probably was not his idea of what golf ought to be like, even though that's kind of a spin-off that we put on it, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know. But maybe Robin Williams is right for what he conceptualized in his comedic skit on the origin of golf there. If you guys have never heard that, I mean, unfortunately, obviously, Robin Williams is no longer with us, but it was either back in 2001 or 2002 when he was live on Broadway. He did a skit on golf that I thought was pretty hilarious. And yeah, well, I've got plenty of time through this video here. If you've heard this skit before, you know that it's incredibly profane. But just to share it with you guys, especially for some of the younger viewers out there, minus all of the profanity, I'm going to do my best reenactment of Robin Williams' take on what Tom Morris was probably thinking and how he came up with the game of golf. And you guys tell me in the comments if you think that's pretty spot on, or if maybe there was some more thought behind it. So, according to Robin Williams there they were, 2 guys sitting in the bar. One of them was Tom Morris, and the other guy was, well, forgotten to history, I guess. And they're getting drunk, and old Tom gets up and says, "So here's my idea for a sport. I knock a tiny wet ball into a gopher hole." Yeah. And the guy says, "Oh, like pool then." No, not like pool. No. No, with a straight stick. With a little bent, cracked up piece of wood." The guy says, Oh, okay, it's like croquet then. No, that's rubbish. Screw that croquet. I'm talking hundreds of freaking yards away. And I will put stuff in the way, like trees and bushes and grass and bamboo. And you gotta walk like a dog, carrying your sticks like you got a broken leg. Oh, and every time you whack in it, you feel like you're gonna have a stroke. Yeah, that's actually what we'll call it. A stroke. Because every time you miss, you feel like you're freaking gonna die. But here's the great part. Freaking brilliant, eh? I'll put a tiny little smooth part with a baby flag there in the hole at the end just to give you hope. But here's a really messed up part. I'll put a pool and a sandbox next to it. And you'll have to drown to get your ball then, ass clown. Yeah, that's our game. Oh, so you do that one time then? Oh, no! 18 freaking times! Anyway, so that's the cleaned up version of Robin Williams' skit on golf. If you want to hear the full version, and much better than I can reenact it there, and how Robin Williams says it with all the profanity, and you can crack yourself up with all of the F-bombs for your little heart's desire, then go look up his skit. I'm sure that you will laugh for sure. Bust a gut, no doubt. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were Scottish, right? So it could very well have happened like that, right? Like you know, I'm a former soldier, and here we are. It's kind of the lore of the Marine Corps, right? That it's the only branch of the service that was born in a bar. So why not? You know, guys were. If anybody doesn't know that story, that's basically the Marines proclaim. And I don't know how true this is either, but according to them, they were sitting there in the bar, and it was a bunch of Navy guys, right, back at the beginning of the country, who were saying to themselves, man, we're pretty good at sailing, but we don't exactly, you know, we're not all that good at getting off the ship and fighting on land. Like, we're plenty good at fighting on the water, because that's what we do, but once you get us on land, we're kind of, well, we're like a fish out of water, right? So, and there were some guys in the bar that were like, yeah, you need some guys to jump off the boat and go fight on the beach and whatnot? Yeah, we'll do it. And so began the United States Marine Corps. So, anyway, that's what they say. Don't know how true that was, but I'd like to think it was true. That'd be cool. So, anyway, if an entire branch of the United States military was born from that, then why not golf be born from a conversation over some ale as well? Who knows? But anyway, so yeah, a couple of other topics that I wanted to talk about. So the hat giveaways, right? And if you guys are enjoying this content, I know this is kind of an oddball one just because of what I've chosen to do here and just kind of chat the entire time with you guys. But yeah, throw us a like and subscribe. Every 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing a hat giveaway. If you didn't already know that. Until 1,000 subscribers, and then thereafter I'm thinking I'm going to do shirts, and yeah, they're going to be some quality shirts. The hats, by the way, are Branded Bills. That's the company. So real quality hats these days. I love them. I pretty much wear mine every time I go out now. But anyway, for the shirts, I don't know what brand I'm thinking, but I'm gonna find something that's high quality, because I do not want to give away garbage. And then at 10,000, I'm thinking that we're going to give away golf bags thereafter. And as I've mentioned before, if you guys have watched a bunch of videos before, I'm looking at Vessel right now for those golf bags. But I don't know, might do Ghost Golf. You know, I'm going to do something cool that I can have embroidered, obviously. So yeah, it'll be some cool stuff. So smash that subscribe button, and I'll keep giving away more stuff. That's for sure. But, yeah, so, but in the hat giveaways, so far, since as this video is being edited and preparing to deploy onto YouTube here, I've done 2 questions. So the first one was, what, to the viewers, is your favorite shot? Whether it's a shot that you hit, or a shot that maybe you saw someone else hit, maybe on TV, maybe one of your friends, you know. Just what's your favorite shot? in your life thus far? Right, and I got some. Well, I got one really good answer from Doc out there. Doc, long-time viewer, and we love you, Doc. Jeremy says hi. He asks about you all the time. Actually, just played with him the other day. So, yeah, we love you, man. But anyway, so I wanted to share with you guys what my favorite shot in my life is. So, for my 21st birthday, many, many moons ago, my dad, so you guys have seen plenty of my dad if you've watched the channel for any amount of time. He's in a lot of the kind of big name courses with me, playing, doing some scrambles and shambles and whatnot. But anyway, we went to go play Pebble Beach for my 21st birthday a long time ago. And there's a couple of good stories about Pebble there, and one of them, well, I actually got hit in the chest on the fly on the first hole. But it's only that was the second and still the last time in my life, thus far anyway, that I've been hit with a ball on a course. And it was right on the first hole at Pebble Beach. And yeah, the guy who hit me, I will not name him. I do know who it was, but yeah, I don't want to defame him, and he was actually a really cool guy. So, and he's a pretty famous guy. So I'm not going to give away who that was, just because that would be messed up. And he was super cool, and he was super apologetic about it. And yeah, it was a happy day. But anyway, so there we were, and my 21st birthday. So as you can imagine, I was less than sober, far less than sober. But so we get up to the 8th hole, yeah. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with what the 8th hole looks like at Pebble Beach, but in case you're not, it's basically this crazy par 4 that kind of, if you're going to stay on solid ground, you kind of have to play it off to the left if you're going to try to rip one. And and then there's some downhill slope that takes you on down to the kind of kidney bean looking green on down the hill. That'll be a curvature to the right thereafter. So anyway, but off to the right, there's a little bit of fairway, not much. Then after that, there's a giant chasm that just drops straight down to the ocean floor. And that goes from just a couple hundred yards down that fairway off to the right side, all the way to the green. So you really can't miss right there unless you completely screw it up and miss very short, which is exactly what I did. So, excuse me. So I hit my driver on that hole, screwed it up, just sliced it and duffed it short to the right, and I ended up about, I want to say like 5 feet away from the cliff. I mean, standing over my ball, I look to the left, and there's the cliff, and there's this giant chasm. And so we had a caddy that day. I turn around, asked my caddy, I'm like, what do you think I should do, man? He's like, man, you're hitting Pro Vs. He's like, don't don't go after it and lose a ball. That's just, stupid anyway. Just play to the left over here, play around, and, just take it. So, turn and ask him. I'm like, okay, all right. Turn and ask my dad. I'm like, what do you think I should do, Dad? And he says largely the same thing. Yeah, son, just sit around. Don't worry about trying to score on this hole, whatever. We're just having fun out here today. So I'm like, all right. I got the advice of both of you. And I'm not going to take that advice. So, I had a Nikent Genex 5-wood at the time. I don't even play a 5-wood anymore. I don't play any fairway woods anymore. I go driver straight to 2-iron, and then it's iron for the rest of my bag. But anyway, I did back then. So I grabbed out that 5-wood and squared up, just left of the green because I was hitting just cuts back then, much like I'm doing right now, just hitting a whole lot of cuts. But that's because I'm injured, and I guess forgot how to hit a draw. So I don't know. I'll find it back. Everything ebbs and flows in golf. But anyway, so took dead aim, left of the green there with that 5-wood, and I had 200 and some odd yards left onto the green, downhill, and I just ripped the very best 5-wood I've ever seen anyone hit in my life. Right over that chasm, dropped on the fairway, bounced right up onto the green. I look over, and the caddy's looking at me, and he just starts clapping. This really slow clap. Like, well, you didn't take my advice, and oh boy, it paid off. And then off into the distance, there's my dad standing at his ball, and he's looking at me. He's hooting and hollering. Yeah, rendering congratulations for the shot that I just made. So he's like, screw what we say, son, do what you want. But that was a pretty cool shot for me, and I don't reckon I'll ever forget that shot. That was pretty cool. So what happened for the rest of the hole? I 3-putted and made bogey. So it was largely to no avail anyway. But yeah, whatever. Still a great 5-wood. So anyway, the second question that I've asked on the channel for a hat giveaway is, what is your favorite course? So I'll answer that for you for myself right now. So my favorite course to date, and it might get replaced in the future. I don't know, right? We shall see. But at least for right now, as of October of 2024, my favorite course is Sheep Ranch at Bandon Dunes. So now a lot of people might be thinking, oh man, you must be afraid of bunkers or something, because if you know anything about Sheep Ranch, then you know that there's no bunkers there. And apparently there's grass bunkers but no sand bunkers. But apparently Coore and Crenshaw, they didn't put any bunkers on the course because the wind tends to get so high on that part of the property that it would literally blow all of the sand out of those sand traps anyway. So they just decided, well, heck with it, we're just not going to have any sand traps because the maintenance would be a nightmare. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I heard. But anyway, I guess you guys can try to figure that one out for yourself as well. So anyway, but that course, I don't know what it is, but 9 of those greens being on the Pacific Ocean there, and just like the character that course provides, just right off the bat, the presentation, the reveal of each and every hole is just, to me, magnificent. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever find another. Well, I mean, I might find another course that I like better, but at least for now, I can't imagine another course that just presents so much solace as Sheep Ranch. And it's really what I'm looking for, when I go play golf. Hard to do while you're vlogging, albeit, because you kind of got to be hustling when you're vlogging, I'll tell you that. Especially when you're filming on a tripod like I do and you don't have somebody manning a camera. And it's all on you. Boy, you got to play fast. You got to play lightning fast, and I do, let me tell you. And if it turns out that I am falling behind a little bit, I will sprint just to play faster. So that I'll sacrifice my score just to play faster and make sure that I get all the holes recorded. But anyway, because I want the memories, and that's why I vlog, ultimately. I mean, if you guys are enjoying the content, then I love that too. But yeah, for me, I just want to capture these memories. It's the best I can do to take one out of Jim Croce's book and save time in a bottle. So anyway, that's my motivation to continue to vlog. Obviously, I only have just over 200 subscribers, so I'm and been doing this for 3.5 years now. So obviously, not gaining a whole lot of popularity quickly, and I'm still doing it. But so if you're ever asking yourself, man, this guy, why does he keep going? That's why, because I want to capture these memories so that I can have them forever. Especially with my dad and my friends. Those are the ones that. And my stepdad, Tim, who's, playing, you see him in a couple scenes in this video. And, yeah, just everybody. My Uncle Glenn Bob, so I've just got so many people on camera who are so dear to me that no matter what, I will always have golf memories with all of them. And that means the world to me. So, anyway. Yeah, little heartfelt bit from me there. So, but anyway, yeah, Sheep Ranch. And the first time that I played the course was in 2020. And I actually have a small video from that, though it was not done by me. It was done by the Photo Caddy guys out there at Bandon Dunes. And it's up on the channel, too. It's one of the first videos that I hung on the channel. So that was pretty cool. And there are some scenes there from that round, the first time that I played Sheep Ranch. The full-length video is actually the second time that I played the course. But that first time, we timed it just right to where we were coming up on the 16th hole just as the sun was really setting over the ocean there. And I'll tell you, I've never seen a cooler sunset in my life than right then in that moment, standing there with my dad and the guy that. No, it was. I believe it was just us two that day. Yeah, I don't recall any playing partners that day because they put us off in between tee times. This fun fact: the first time that I played that course, it was actually our second round of the day. That morning we played Old Mac, and then went over there and proceeded to turn it into a 36-hole day at Sheep Ranch. So it was pretty cool. And then the guy who was actually taking that footage for us, whose name is also Alex. So I forget his last name, but if you call Bandon Dunes and you're looking for Alex with Photo Caddy, you'll talk to him. So, and he might very well remember me since that was part of their promo video, the video that's on my channel. So anyway, just a wonderful day, and that sunset, that was something else. We actually ended up playing the 18th in the dark. The sun had completely gone down by the time we got through 17 and got on to 18. And both Dad and I made par. And the way that we did it on 18 at Sheep Ranch was with mid-irons and down. So I teed off with an 8-iron. I hit my second shot with an 8-iron. I hit my third shot onto the green with a 9-iron. And then 2-putted in for par. So 18th there is a par 5. So that was a pretty cool way to make par on that hole, no doubt. So the next hat giveaway, which won't be until we hit 300 subscribers, but little foreshadowing of what question that I'm going to ask for the comment to get in that drawing when that time comes, I'm thinking is, what's your favorite golf memory? So I'll share that with you as well. For me, now, ahead of time, I guess, before I ask you guys at the 300 subscriber hat giveaway. So my favorite golf memory was also with my dad. So we were playing an incredibly difficult course in a small little, town, I don't know, village, I don't know what you want to call it. There's not a whole lot of people there, but it's in this place called Portola, California. And anyway, the course is called the Nakoma Dragon. And the course used to be, I haven't played it in years and years. As a matter of fact, I haven't played it since this story that I'm about to tell here. But, and that was a long time ago. But my 16th birthday. But anyway, it was so difficult back in the day that they actually closed up shop, I think twice. So, and the bank was controlling it for a while. So, but they've actually made it easier. So I highly recommend go out there and check it out. But the day that we went out there and played, and I did not shoot well. I think I don't remember what my score was, but it had to have been somewhere in the 90s. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But it so happened that, and it was kind of a weird day for weather. It was an incredibly foggy day, the entire day. It never cleared up the whole day. There was just this heavy fog on the course all day long, the entire round. And I'll tell you, it was the one and only time that I ever played an entire round in that heavy of fog, to where you couldn't even see down the fairway. I mean, you were lucky if you could see your approach shot coming up on the green. But on that day, I mean, it felt like Pops and I were like the only two people on the planet, the only two things on the planet. I mean, nothing moved at all. There were no birds chirping, no squirrels rustling, nothing. It was just dead silence, apart from whatever noise that Dad and I were making the entire day. And I just remember how just peaceful that feeling was the whole day there. And that was super cool. So that's my favorite golf memory there, that whole round. So anyway, yeah, if you ever get out there to play the Nakoma Dragon in Portola, California, highly recommend that course too. And I hear it's much more playable these days. So to close up here, since I've now talked basically the entire video, this hole. So if you didn't notice from the tee shot there, I actually hit that hill to the left. And my ball bounced off that hill, rolled all the way across the green, off onto where I obviously just chipped from, off to the right side. So while you think that this hole and the sideboard support provided for you off to the left might help you, unless you hit said hill off to the left with a draw shape and get it to kind of stick a little bit, it's likely not going to help you, and you're going to end up right there where I was. So yeah, take heed of that. Apart from that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content out here at McMenamins Edgefield. Look at that, I said it right for once. And I hope you join us again next time at Indian Creek up there in Hood River, Oregon. And until then, I sincerely hope that you all have a lovely day. Thanks again.